Well, today's great topic is resourcefulness, being resourceful. So, I got on my bicycle this morning. I had a dentist appointment, and I decided to go to the dentist on my bicycle in the rain. And across the street is a ShopRite. And I thought, well, I'll bring my little knapsack. And after the dentist, I'm going to go shopping. So I went shopping and I bought too much stuff to fit into my cute little knapsack. What do we do then? Very good question because I'm like, I've got this pile and I don't buy, the good news and the bad news is that I don't buy necessarily a lot of consumer packaged goods like cartons and cans and heavier stuff, but I buy a lot of produce. So, you could fit like an avocado in a tiny little space and then like fit a plum tomato in that little zip pocket in the front. Right, so I had oranges and a pineapple and I had spinach and I had figs and I'm looking at all this stuff and my tiny little knapsack and I'm going, I'm never going to be able to do it. Oh, and then let me add the fact that when you carry a really heavy knapsack on your bicycle, it makes it harder to pump and ride. Okay? So I'm heavier. I don't know where I'm going to put all this stuff. But here's the thing. I believe fully in the largest figuring out or finding out or coming to or educating or paying for personal development or spiritual development for finding the best way to grow your mind's capacity to be used. I mean, use it like a bad, ugly hoe. Like, figure out what it is that your brain can do and find every avenue possible to maximize its potential. Because I put oranges and plum tomatoes in my zip pockets in the front. I had a sweatshirt underneath with a hand pocket, like a muff pocket where you could just stick your hands in. I put a piece of tilapia and a bag of spinach in there. I put my wallet in a zip in the sleeve. I use the front pocket, the zip pocket, the flap in the back, the one with the zipper. I put the fish behind another piece of nylon or whatever this crappy knapsack is made of. I put stuffed avocados down in there. I hacked the head off the pineapple. You get my drift, right? Always, 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 always be creative. And that's not something that is exclusively up here. Because let me tell you a situation that could have happened is that as soon as I got done bringing everything up and I looked and I realized I was going to have a hard time fitting it, I could have went into emotional upset. Here's the mind-body connection piece. When I believe anyone goes into emotional upset, wailing, submitting to this chronic feeling of nothing ever works out for you, or why is it all so bad, having nothing to do with the fact that I'm the one who bought all the groceries. Nobody was like, yanking my chain trying to get me to buy so many groceries. But when I go into that emotional place, I'm incapable of finding the most optimal solution. I won't be able to see all the places that I could fit fish and avocados and pineapples. I'll be upset that I don't know why I'm so stupid and I couldn't figure out why I shouldn't have bought so much stuff and why I should have known that I wouldn't have been able to fit all that stuff in the knapsack. You see, there's this whole train of emotional craziness that goes along with a simple thing like bringing the knapsack, buying too many groceries, and figuring out what to do next. And I can just take this analogy and move it into anything else going on in your life, right? Whenever you find yourself having to make a decision, whenever you find yourself stressed or overwhelmed with the amount of produce or whatever it is and tasks, analogize produce to tasks in front of you, and you don't know how you're going to get it done, and you don't know how you're going to get it home, and you have no help because the world's a horrible place, and you start getting even more emotional. It just doesn't have to be like that. You can just stop, pause, think, recollect, reorganize, reassess, think creatively. But the first thing, you're not going to be able to do any of that if you're emotionally upset. Because as soon as your emotions start going and worrying, you're talking about what an idiot you are and how nothing ever works out and it's so horrible and la 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 la, you're just now behind, you're just not in a winning position. It's just that simple. Your mind is powerful, and once your emotions get attached to your mind, it's like they just start clouding your ability to see through and to anything. So there's my Friday thought. It's on resourcefulness. Hope you all have a good weekend. Thanks for spending time with me today.